What's up, YouTube? We are the Material Lords. I'm Denim.
I'm an underdressed suit.
And we're here because content.
You know what? Sometimes when the deadline calls, you might not have the best idea, but you gotta freaking do it.
You're like, what do we do often? The worst. Was that funny to us? Perfect content.
Yeah, and then you know, what are we most comfortable with? Top 10 lists. We do them all the time. Mash them together,
and you get content. Here's content.
Top 10.
The worst.
Come back. Starting off this list of content, we got the Mad Worst.
So the things I really like about this, it shows that not only are they the worst, you're furious about it. They just made a terrible pun.
Oh,
they deserve this.
Man, it's a classic. It's a classic. We've been using this one for a long time to get our point across and how much we disapprove of what they're doing. Because not only are you mad, but they're the worst.
But like, the reason it didn't come any higher is like, you have to go through all the effort of getting your mad face on, and you have to like emphasize your madness by like shaking your arm a bit. It's a little
and not
rough.
Just that, when all you are is mad and calling them the worst, sometimes doesn't get the reaction that the worst really needs. So you know what? It's got its strong suits, but it's got its drawbacks. That's why it's number 10.
Settling in at number 9, we have the Dad. Now, things I really like about the Dad is Dad. Who doesn't love Dad?
Thanks, Tips.
Can you come up with anything better to say about something about the worst?
Well, I mean, it gets dad points, so I mean, that's got to be something, right? Yeah. You climb the ladder of the worst because you just get a little bit of dad support.
Did you just like rip off style points by adding a little bit of working?
What?
Is that not how style points work? You just add a little something and get something different?
No, see, you don't have any style. We've established this before.
Bouncing off of that.
Landing the late great Savory 8, we have the worst. Now in a mini. Now this one has a lot of great things about it. It gets the point across, but real snappy. We love snappy.
Don't snap.
What just happened?
Don't snap.
Why not?
You know what's not great about Now in a Mini? It's way too short. It's like, you're really mad, and you're like, this little thing isn't going to get it across. So like, it sits at number 8. Settling at number 7, we have the Crisscross.
And 1 and 2.
Now the thing I really like about this is there's 3 of us. So when I'm mad at him and him, I could go the worst.
Now, you see, before we've established that when 2 lords gang up on another one, they get the Hearst, but you know what? Sometimes that doesn't quite get it, so you have to get out the other ones. The Crisscross.
The Crisscross. It also works when you yourself need one, so you can give it to you and someone else.
It's true. When you double down, it always works better.
So there you go. That's stunning number 7.
Bouncing off of number 7 into number 6, we have the self-proclaimed worst.
Can you edit that so we did it at the same time? I didn't get the memo.
Now the thing about this one that I like is it's self-explanatory. Get it?
Ignoring that, the things I don't like about it is it means that you have to yourself recognize that you are indeed the worst, which I'm not the worst because I'm sitting next to this guy.
But when I do it to myself, I feel like I'm just not using that worst useful enough because I could be giving it to him.
You see our dilemma? That's why it kind of sits here at number 6.
Alright guys, we're at the halfway point of the video. As we tend to do, we're at an intermission and you're still here. You're not supposed to be here.
Why not?
That's the thing we do. You're supposed to never be there when I talk about the intermission.
We never had a reason for me to leave.
Okay, guys. I need you to go, and I'm going to show you a few things you can do to show him that he's the worst.
Contact. Alright guys, settling in at number 5, we have the Cult Classic.
The worst! Ah, the Cult Classic. What a beauty it is.
The cream of the crop. It really brings back memories, doesn't it?
Oh, of course. You know, the number of times we've been sitting there, we had to lay down on each other.
Right?
Man, it's a good communal experience that we have here at the Material Lords Incorporated.
There's not a lot really to talk about it, you know, just for...
and that's a bit of an
yeah.
issue because, you know, it does get used a lot. The wear and tear of it, you know, makes it a little bit not so effective as it maybe could be, but, you know, it's a great one.
It's a great one.
It's a great one. It's a good fallback.
So there's some tips for you at home for using it. Make sure you really pull the worst out from your throat. Just rip it out with some emotion.
And need I remind you that you need to really put your back into it.
But don't throw your back out, throwing your back into it. Safety hazards, of course. Wear your harness.
I hate them. Moving out to number 4, we have the Hearst.
The Hearst! Now the thing about the Hearst is it's a skill above the worst, and no worstness scale.
Oh, absolutely. When someone does something and none of the worst on this list quite get it across, you gotta go up one. You gotta go to the Hearst.
Now the reason it doesn't come at like number 1 or 2, as you would think one above the worst in the worstness scale would, is because it's just basic. There's no different ways to do the Hearst. It's just the Hearst.
And not just that, we amongst ourselves do quite go above the worst. So even though it's still one above, we hit it way too often.
And sometimes I get mad more at the way you said the worst than being the worst.
It's true.
So that's why it comes to number 4. Settling in at number 3, we have the THEWORST. Now I want you to imagine something. You're at McDonald's or McDonald's.
Or that McDonald's.
And the guy next to you is making you mad, like this guy. And the problem is you have to tell him that he's the worst, but you can't make a big scene about it because that would make you the worst. So that means you have to give him the THEWORST.
It's sneaky, it's sly, it gets the point across, and you know what? No one else has to know about it.
That's why it's perfect at number 3.
Landing a Moody Tooty Judge Judy 2, we have the heat-seeking worst.
Oh, there it is! Whoa, where are we going? Wait, the worst! The thing I really like about this one is it's just way over the top!
And not just that, sometimes when the person you're giving the worst to is moving, you really gotta give him something that'll make sure that you get it. He likes to steam sometimes, so you know what? Sometimes I like to throw it out there and it gets there.
And then sometimes you get a worse the worst because they use that one so over the top.
I mean...
Content.
Alright guys, before we get to the worst, we have a couple honorary the worst to get out there. The bouncing off of that.
The sparkly.
The silent.
The swimming.
And the redirect.
So, we'll catch you guys at number 1 for more content. So guys, at number 1 wait a second. You see that? Look, you see it?
What?
Yeah, it's over there. It's kind of floating.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Yeah, it's floating. It's kind of. What's it gonna do? It's kind of way over. That's over there. What the? Oh, hey, look! It's kind of settling it. At number 1, we have the THEWORST. I haven't practiced the one very much. But the THEWORST.
Now, one thing you need to know about the THEWORST: we've never used it.
Never.
We've come really close.
Because you see, we have the scale of the worst, and it's at the top of the scale, and no one's hit that yet, so that's the highest known worst we have.
It's crazy the number of times we go screaming past the Hearst, but we never quite got to the THEWORST.
No, so currently, until one of us breaks the scale again, that's the highest one we got.
So, we'll leave you with that, knowing that one day, maybe someone out there will hit it.
Hey look, it's flying away again. It's like a legend. Oh wait, no, it's settling down at number 1 again. We're fine.
Alright guys, you've reached the biggest waste of your time this week.
I want to save that for later. But apparently you're still watching, so like, why? Why?
Wait, what point are you getting at this point? This is the stupidest video on the internet!
Like, did you not have better content to watch? Is our content the content you chose to watch?
I don't even want to tell you to like or subscribe, because there's no way in hell you actually enjoyed this video.
No, and I still don't want to end it, because you're still watching. So here's some stuff we did once, because content. And this is what we got, guys. Something that looks a little like this.
I don't even want to watch this.
No, I'm not going to drink it all.
Does someone have the urge to start chanting chug? Or is it just me?
I'm not going to drink it all, because that would take too long, and the shit in here. But I'm going to try to drink some of it. So I'm going to end it now. I'm going to drink it, and the video's going to cut off. Because I don't know if you guys want to watch the end of it. But subscribe to the channel, leave a like. I'm going to do some more silly things like this. Lots of things doing with food, because I don't really care. And, yeah. Cheers.
and you're still watching, and we switched, and you didn't even notice. Why aren't you clicking away? I don't even want to end the video. I want to see how long I can.
Oh, I know how to drag it out. You want to know how?
How?
You fucking launch it, and then it's like, oh, it's going, it's going, it's going. Where's it going? Oh, it picked up a signal. It's coming back, and it got there.
Pull it out, cock it, and the worst.